A very wonderful, splendid morning. Thanks a lot for staying tuned to independent television, the Benin, the Abuja, the Lagos, and our global presentation. Wonderful morning here. We follow through coming from Lagos. Speaker of the House of Assembly was impeached, and so much drama, melodrama, political, and whatever defines that. And many are believing from what you got from the representation that they may just not be unconnected to the Lagos next governorship election. Still sometimes, but politicians being who they are, do not take chances. They rather hit the ground, make his while the sun shine. From the Benin axis, you watched earlier how the petroleum sector and issue petroleum subsidy removal that was announced on May 29, 2023, and how till this day the country is still subsidizing for premium motor spirit, and many are asking the question that subsidy removal, the ones we've been told we will get, how far, how well, but some in government will be telling you that with the refineries coming on board here, and sometimes the price fluctuating within 1,000 naira, slightly above, slightly below, that may just be their success story. But let's come back now to the Federal Capital Territory, where so much is happening. Just yesterday, FCT Minister, Executive Governor of Rivers State, Eyeson Wike, held a security meeting where he met with some of the top security brass within the FCT. For those of you who may not understand how it works here, you know, we've got the service chiefs. Those are the big ones on top. The Chief of Defense Staff, Army, Navy, the Director General, the IGP of Police. Those ones are on top. Yeah. But as a state, we have several other components there. The Commissioner of Police for the FCT, we got the Commandant of the Civil Corps, we got the DSS Director, and other garrison commander working within that, and that from the component of FCT as a state. So those were the ones that Eyeson worked with yesterday, and they actually discussed extensively on the need to tackle scavengers are the ones babambolas. They call them iron condemn, you know, around here, and to some extent on the manhole covers in most roads of the FCT. When you drive around the city, you see very nice, very that are capable of causing road crashes when those covers are removed. Sometimes sand easily go in, fill and cover the manhole, and nothing can be done. And once it rains, you see flooded water or storm waters on most roads in the city. We'll be discussing that this morning. My name is Ikaro Atta. If those clips are ready, John Taylor, our defense correspondent, actually did a report on that, while yesterday the city correspondent Joy Igoche was at that security meeting when Wiki met with those security and actually put up. Okay, let's see that John Taylor.
Highways, Abuja streets, for a day you went viral. The FCT police coordinated the operation, stormed various Panteka hotspots in Kabusa, Garki, Wuse, and arrested 50 suspects and recovered 25 among several other exhibits.
Operatives conducted targeted operation to arrest of 50 suspects and recovered 5 manhole covers. They are there for you to see. 3 vehicles have been recovered from this. We have vandalized solar, galvanized rods used in construction of flyovers, and other tools used in these installations.
The police boss, Olatunji Disu, added that the operation also recovered various calibers from the suspected vandals.
From these scavengers, we recovered 3 generators, and we recovered ladders that they used to enter out of these.
The one when the person will sell me, he run so that he no say police don't arrest me. So he don't run. So I don't recover the 3 television and the 1 radio where I sell the one my friend.
With the arrest of these suspected vandals, it is authorities will go of these manhole covers to halt the continuation of this item in the Federal Capital Territory. John Dana, IT.
Okay, senior security, we just hope that what you said in your concluding part, that the security personnel will go after buyers, because when there is no market, certainly the report by Joy Gotcha is ready, or one that, but if not, then we will be talking to our very respected security in the studio, so that we would be that has persisted over the years. Please quickly, we are having in the studio this morning here in the Federal Capital Territory security analyst and consultant, Dr. Steve to our studio. Thank you very much. Now let me start with all of this drama, as I'll say it, on this issue of Babambola, the Panteka, and all of that. Are you worried that this is still persisting in the FCT after many years of this continuous criminal activity?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to give my perspective on this worrying issue. I'm worried, and what we are seeing today did not just start. It has been there. You know, if you want to take, if I want to take, you discover that before now you see manholes gone, you know. But I am happy that the current administration is trying to see how to handle the issue. You know, we are known to be reactive, right, rather than active. Would have been proactive before now. But there's this Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. Another best time is now, right? So let us be proactive now. You know, the issue is these criminal elements find their way into getting these manholes, you know. And let me try to see how to analyze what I'm trying to say here by using the crime triangle, where you have the desire, you have the opportunity, and you have the reward. Now, the desire, that the criminal-minded person now, he has the desire to go steal the manhole.
Correct.
The opportunity is also there. He finds a safe haven, you know, no confrontation. Nobody comes to tell him that, no, don't take away the manhole. That's the opportunity. He gets it right there. The reward is when he goes to sell the manhole to whoever that buys from him. Now, what the law enforcement agents can do is to see that these criminals don't have the opportunity.
How would they be doing that? Because when you look at Abuja and you want to compare it to other cities in the country, it is the most policed city. Our CCTV camera project, the one done before, after the April 14, 2014 Yanyam bomb blast, that appears to be a fraud on its own. Some guys shared that loot, went away with it. We had Senate and House of Rep had their oversight, had their own public hearing over the CCTV camera in some billions that never worked for one day, and we are keeping quiet over that. But somehow that's not. But with Abuja being extremely over-policed, are you not worried that these guys steal these things? Until one social media guy decides to do a report, and everyone, both the commissioner of police did so, the very gallant Bernard Igwe is already up, the DSS, everyone is now running, picking up this guy. If that guy had not done that report, we'll just be in a state where these guys are selling this iron and they are enjoying themselves.
Yes, it's unfortunate that the agencies of government, security agencies of government, that are saddled with the responsibility of seeing that this manhole are not stolen. These are critical government infrastructure, whether we like it or not. What's the mandate of the civil defense? Is to protect critical government infrastructure. So it means that the civil defense have failed on the mandate that established them to protect these items of government. Now, the police also failed, if you ask me, by not apprehending the thieves when they were there trying to see how to go away with the manhole. You know, so when agencies of government fail responsibility, and I blame the civil defense, and if you want to let me go further, I also blame the police, because for 10 years or more we've been seeing this happen. Why certain attention now is because the leadership of the FCT, that's the minister now, has changed. We don't have somebody that sleeps on his chair without doing what he ought to do, you know. So every agency of government, the FCT, the civil defense, the police, and even the civilian population, we're also security managers. When you see somebody taking away Manhole, what you ought to do is to see how to draw the attention of the police or the civil defense. So we also failed in our own responsibility of see something and say something. But by and large, why this thing has continued and persisted up to this point is that civil defense, which is their own mandate, core mandate to protect critical government infrastructure, failed in their responsibility. I saw the commandant of civil defense of FCT trying to give excuses.
But he's saying that he's not getting a lot of money, that as far as he's concerned, he's not getting funds, that they are not funding them adequately. He doesn't have enough operational vehicles to go. Sometimes he also needs some sister agencies to give him some very nice intelligence for his men to go undercover to get these things. Some of the things, according to him, is not as rosy as we think. Let me speak so that you can react to what I said in that interview put together by Joy Goche.
Now, just the way I said, well, Nigerians are not interested in excuses. It's their mandate. They've been given the responsibility to do that. Yeah. In the event where they are failing, what are the reasons? You know, we cannot continue, because I see them as a docile agency. No, seriously. But
they largely guide people around houses and other offices and everywhere.
Is that part of their responsibility?
But you see them in every office, guiding and everything.
Is that part of their mandate?
But that's what they do. So if you go to First Secretariat, you see civil defense in large number. Exactly. You go to FCDA, exactly. You go to Finance Ministry, civil defense flood the gates in their large number.
Exactly. Is that their mandate? Is also that part of their mandate? That is why they don't have enough personnel on ground to see how to police or go on surveillance, right? The CCTV in FCT has failed us. Just the way you said. The National Assembly failed in carrying out effective oversight.
No, we'll come back to the civil defense. Let me stay with you on this. I know we spent about 79 billion, if I'm getting my figures correctly. I know about 79 billion naira, if I'm correct, on that failed CCTV camera. Because when the Yaya bomb blast happened, that morning at about 7:38, on 14th of April 2014, and we got persons, the blast happens, persons we are shredded by that blast. President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan then went to the scene of that Stanley Act, and the next thing we saw, everyone was putting up memo, and we saw these cameras installed everywhere, and we are home and dry. We're told by those in government that if anyone steals, we'll be seeing you directly. But since then, it never worked. We never saw any criminal court, and no one talked about it. Why did we as a nation, as a city, as a people, decided to look the other way? You see, no one is in jail, no one is asking questions, the billions are gone, and we are just here in the studio discussing about it.
You see, it's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this kind of situation when people are not held accountable for their failure. You are talking about the CCTV in the FCT. The last jailbreak, the jail attack, the immediate past Senate president was there. Did you watch him on TV where he said he's shocked that CCTV camera is not working in the correctional center? You know, so when people fail in their responsibility, the contract was awarded to a company. The company used substandard materials, below specification, below standard.
Who supervised them?
The agency.
Why did they allow that?
They compromised.
You share the loot.
We're here talking about it. How can CCTV in the city, where the seat that houses the president of the country, CCTV cameras are not working? And you say we call Abuja a city, common CCTV camera is not working. So these are features. So
the ones for individual houses work.
Yes.
The government owned on the street is where we have a problem.
Exactly. But that should be our concern. Right. I'm not interested in the ones that work in people's houses, because those ones are personal. So those of us that don't have CCTV cameras in our house, shouldn't we be protected? In the event where an incident happens, somebody is attacked, we should go and video, right, to see whoever committed such crime. We see one chance at the incidents in this town happen, area 1, everywhere, and there are no CCTV cameras to capture such incident. And the contractor took the loot and the money, shared it, and all that, at the detriment of security of the masses.
And no one is in jail.
Nobody is in jail. Do you have any report concerning that? We should show some will. And that is why when we appear on forum like this, we talk about the political will. Do we have the political will? People that are in government that are saddled with the responsibility. The executive is there. It's their responsibility to award stuff. The National Assembly is there. It's their responsibility to carry out oversight function. How effective?
But all of this happened. The contract for CCTV contracts, or the contract or contracts, if those contracts were splitted, were awarded. National Assembly had all its public hearing and all of that.
Can I shock you?
That ended.
Can I shock you?
Go ahead, shock me. You can shock the viewers. If they will be
A
shocked.
member of the National Assembly
Okay.
moved the motion about, he raised concerns about the failure of the CCTV cameras in the FCT.
Okay.
That same member, somebody took information to the company. He was given a return ticket to Dubai.
Okay.
He went to Dubai and came back.
Is it to understudy the failed project?
What? He came back and withdrew the motion that was trying to see how to investigate the contract in this country.
And he died. Now let's leave that. Someday, I'm very sure some persons will ask questions. Now coming back to Civil Defense Corps, Civil Defense Corps, whose core mandate is to protect national strategic national infrastructure, and they've not been able to do that within the years. We've seen this going on, even beyond this. Manhole covers that we have been vandalized in the FCT, street lights, the one in Mabuchi, going towards the what do you call it now? The Gwarimpa roundabout. Those ones were almost all vandalized. The one in Kubo, stretching towards Abacha Barracks, even under the cover of some military personnel, have all been vandalized and are removed. And we've seen several others being vandalized here. There's nothing that can be done to wake the civil defense from this perceived deep slumber. Wherein now everyone is running a tasketer to go and see how we can gather recover manhole cover, bring pressmen together, do some public show, to show in, and thereafter everyone goes back to that deep official slumber.
A lot can be done to wake them from that slumber because they have failed in their responsibility, honestly. Yes. Civil defense, they have a budget. Budgets are presented at the National Assembly and all that. And in the budget are contained certain things that they will need.
And besides, Wiki also supports them in security.
Exactly. So why should they be complaining? Well, they have enough personnel, but the personnel are deployed to do other
VIP functions. They call it VIP functions.
That is not their mandate, and that's why they are failing. You know, we cannot continue to do this.
But those are juicy postings.
Yes.
They are juicy postings.
That's not my interest. My interest here is to see how to talk about the issues that concerns us. My friend, the CP said that the vandals will be charged to court for economic sabotage and attempted murder. My friend on Mungo Park Street came in the night and parked his car by a manhole, opened manhole. The moment he opened his door and dropped his leg, the leg entered the manhole.
And he got fractured.
Fracture alone is his private part. So that's attempted murder. So how long can we remain in this kind of situation? You know? So civil defense must rise to their responsibility.
Now, besides civil defense, we'll keep going and coming until we're done with this, because most times as these questions come, you keep it going. When you drive down Abuja at night, the checkpoint is almost everywhere.
Yeah.
If you are crossing from, sometimes you will go through, before you get to your house, 4 or 5 police checkpoints checking you within these areas. Are you not worried that despite these checkpoints and these vehicles parked here and there, these manhole covers are still disappearing?
The vandals, they also carry out surveillance. You think they just sit down there and begin to remove these things on their own? They carry out surveillance. When they see police in areas where they want to carry out such an act, they will hold on. And you don't expect...
They are very sure that the police will go.
Definitely. They will definitely go.
That when the time comes for them to go.
And let me correct one impression here. These manhole vandals, they are not just only babambolas or these scavengers. Didn't you watch? I watched a CCTV camera video.
Where a man is here.
Is that a Ebola guy?
No.
He's not a babambola guy. But what is happening now is that the administration and the task force, you know, I watched Dr. Pichi granted an interview where they went to make some arrests. I think that they are on top of their game now, which is very, very good. Because you won't tell me that the police are aware of the bias of these items. You know, they decided to spring into action. You saw what is going on. We have seen the investigation. We have seen a lot of revelation. Companies that were buying this manhole from bandits or whoever. When you get the buyers, you know, at least you have started to cut the chain. These manhole thieves, they steal these things, go to sell to some certain people, sell to the steel company. So now it's a chain. You have got that. Now we have gotten to some companies that buy these off, you know. So I think the way it's going is better.
Now, the way it's going, the question we'll be asking going forward here is sustainability.
Yes.
We've seen this drama. We've seen this drama throughout the years. Even the days of El-Rufai, and that's within 2007. We've seen a van has been arrested for stealing manhole cover. And once that is done, they are taken to the police command in Gariki, paraded, and everyone reports it, and the public may do cheering, and that ends it.
Exactly.
Some of those guys, no, I don't think we have anyone in jail for stealing manhole cover.
Yes.
I don't know if we've got anyone in jail for stealing manhole cover. Once you go to that place, anybody can, after the bail application, you granted bail, the next thing you go back, and if you are hiding, you steal again.
Yeah,
and if they catch you again, you steal again, and whatever. The issue, can we sustain this?
Yes, it's sustainable. And you know, the problem with us is that it's sustainability.
Okay.
Sustenance is our problem. You know, implementation is the problem of this country, right?
Yeah.
If we implement rightly and we sustain, the way in now, yes, we can see them, they are gingered up. Let the temple don't go down, right? Because it's their responsibility to see that these items are protected, you know, stolen. Now, why you see them go, these thieves go steal, they take them to the police, maybe to the court, and they are released or something. Do you know why? Because the penalties are not stringent, you know. Fine of 2,000 naira in the event when you are caught stealing manhole.
Or 1,000 naira.
Or 1,000 naira. Or 24 strokes of a cane.
No stroke. With a court directive that they should be dropped in their houses.
Can you imagine
that before?
So you see,
that's a very strange judgment.
There's need for that law to be tempered with.
Yeah.
You understand? We need to see how to step it up, right? Because it doesn't serve as deterrence to them. How much is it? 1,000 naira. You drop me. Imagine the law giving such order. They pay 1,000 naira. You go drop them in their houses, and tomorrow you don't expect them to go back to steal. You know, so something must be done with regards to the law.
Now, quickly, as our time flies, we're talking about banning Panteka. Panteka provides a very serious, big, robust market in the FCT. Yes, second-hand goods are sold. Yeah. Many genuine, many fake. Someone described it as a complex salad for the good, the bad, and the ugly. They are mixed together with the salad cream of criminality. You see genuine items, you see stolen items, genuine sellers, you see criminals, all in almost all the Pantekas of the FCT. Now, the minister is saying they want to ban Panteka. Will that work?
No. The information I got is not that they are banning Panteka, because it's a source of livelihood for some person.
A very big market.
Yes.
Very big market.
They are saying that they are going to suspend their operations for
Can you suspend it?
The next 2 weeks. Now, they are trying to see how to regulate it. If you are a Panteka dealer, they must have a form of registration.
Can we do it in 2 weeks? Are we ready to do it in 2 weeks?
Yes, if they are serious. If we don't begin to bring some administrative bottlenecks into it, you know, you know their locations. They are in Kabusa, they are in XYZ.
Apoduse, Panteka, they are in Yanya, they are everywhere.
And I'm pretty sure that they have a union.
They have a very powerful union.
Now, the FCT administration will now work with the union, right? Who are your registered members? Let them have their records. You know, the police and the civil defense will also have their records, right? These are the certified Panteka operators, right? In the event where issues bordering on items that are critical to government are taken to them, of course, they will come as a union to say, no, we're not interested in this. These are the perpetrators of these acts and all that. I think with that, we can have a channel where we can begin to see that we get things right in terms of...
Now, one of the cardinal aspects here that have led to these Panteka boys, or Bambola boys, because the Pantekas are arguing that they are not the ones doing it. that they don't do it in Panteka. They don't even go out of a Panteka. They sell in the Panteka market. That those who go out there to steal are the Babambola boys, the iron condemned boys. Now, the question here is, they are also arguing from the Panteka end that unless we have a veritable vital system of waste collection across Abuja, where every waste will be collected by either the AAPB or the Area Council Environmental Unit to keep the Babambola boys off the street, that these boys will still be on the street. And when they cannot get can consume soft drinks, the can or the alcoholic beverages to actually crush to make money, they go for any matter. Yes. Even they can even take your security light and everything they can see, they cut them, they put them in the bag, and they are going to run.
Yeah, they indulge in all that, because they have criminal tendencies already. So when they go out to scout for items that they are truly looking out for, they begin to look out for other things that they want to, other valuables.
They even carry bicycles, bend them, crush them, and
generators. They carry generator into that same bag. You see, I think that we don't really need them within the FCTs. No, honestly, because just the way you said, if the AEPV are doing their job by collecting waste, and the other
and the area council environmental offices.
Yes, there are also other what do you call them now? That carry waste.
Yeah, waste collectors.
Yes, they are not necessarily government agencies. They are private.
No, they are all private. Government don't carry waste. Okay. They are contractors that we are contracted under APB supervision.
Now, you can decide to expand the scope. If they don't have the sizable number that should be carrying out waste, collecting waste, they can ask other people, other companies to come, register them and all that, so that they can expand the scope of the number of persons or companies that carry waste. With that, we don't need all these scavengers on our street.
One big question is surveillance.
Yes.
Surveillance. Those days before you commit crimes in Abuja, you are being watched. But virtually today, those manhole covers, if not for that guy who had a personal CCTV camera to see that Sienna man removing all of them and loading into his Sienna bus, around the city and disappearing, we will all think that it's just Babambola. Now, the issue of surveillance and intelligence, why is it that it's weak? We have the DSS. We have, let me say the NIA, let's leave them as being foreign. We have the force CID. We have several intelligence. Even within each police division, we have the surveillance unit and we have the head, which is OC surveillance. What are we doing?
Now, you see, the failure of a functional...
Not to even talk of the civil defense, whose job it is to ensure that these things don't get missing in the first place.
The failure of the functional CCTV camera is a challenge already. You cannot carry out the task of trying to carry out surveillance operations without the use of...
Even the cameras have been stolen. You observe that
exactly.
the CCTV camera that were installed, almost all the panels have been stolen.
Exactly. So when you have CCTV cameras in the force headquarters, in the what they call them now, the Civil Defense Office and the DSS office and all that, that guy that used Sienna, moving back and forth, they will capture his exact location, and by capturing the exact location, they will radio a police checkpoint or a civil defense checkpoint or whatever, in XYZ location, there's somebody that is doing XYZ, and the person could be arrested or can be arrested. So functional CCTV camera is already a challenge. We don't have one on ground. If not for a personal CCTV camera that worked, that we saw the video, right, would have known just the way you said. Yeah. So if a government doesn't have functional CCTV camera, then what are we saying? Are we serious about the issues of attacking the FCT? The answer is no. So technology has very serious role to play. Are we harnessing the benefits of using technology? Standard technology, I'm not talking about substandard technology, that after 1 or 2 months the thing fails. So we must be seeing that we are the right thing. How do we do the right thing? Yeah. It's by doing what we have as an agency. You cannot have contract in your that has to do with XYZ station because you want to compromise, you want to cut corners with the contractor, you reduce the specification and the standard. You can't get that.
Question. Yeah, I agree with you that we need to have our technology in place. But the deployment is also a question. When you come out around Abuja in the morning, you see massive deployment in the morning. Yeah. But by sunrise, the number of policemen and others, the road safety, the VIO, the civil defense, decreases from the street. At sunset, when it is dark, you see few policemen in roadblock. When you go deep, sometimes you see nobody at all.
Exactly.
Why that deployment? Why is it at the time when the criminals operate deep in the night, we have lesser deployment? In the morning, you have everywhere flooded with uniformed men. Why?
The authorities, are you saying that they don't know what to do, how to deploy?
I should be asking you, as security expert.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But I'm not an operative. I'm not an IG of.
But they see you as one of them.
I can be, let me say I'm an active civilian. I'm not just...
But a very active one within the context of, most times you relate with them a lot.
Absolutely.
They seek your advice.
Exactly.
Sometimes when they want to meet with CSO NGOs, they call you to sit down with them, having studied what they are doing.
Exactly.
And attain it at the highest level of academics.
Exactly, yeah. I do that. But you know, when it comes to deployment and all that, ours is to talk. Okay. This is what is expected of you as an institution or as an agency.
Yeah.
In the event when they don't do it the way they ought to do it, they take the blame.
Okay.
Right. Like I'll give you an instance where a one-chance victim was frustrated by back and forth from the police when they are saddled with the responsibility to investigate such incident, where a situation where a POS machine was used to transfer funds from somebody's account, from victim's account to a particular account. I shouldn't tell the police that they need to investigate that in the course of doing their job. So the operatives, the civil defense, the police, and the DSS, the DSS has to do with local intelligence. How well are they carrying out that responsibility on mandate? So we're talking about synergy here. All these agencies of government, we must see that they collaborate. Are they collaborating in the course of doing their job? It's a question to ask. At the top there, they collaborate, but down the ladder, they don't collaborate.
Okay, that's the big question here on here. How far are they collaborating? That's the question we're asking here. When we see manhole covers are being stolen across the federal capital city, very key national, very key state asset being stolen, and no one seems to be talking about it. Even this early morning during our exchange platform, our exchange segment this morning, we saw that even in Benin, they suffer similar thing. Even in Lagos, they suffer similar thing. And it's time that those persons who are in charge of security march action and ensure that every one of us will sleep with our two eyes closed and wake up in the morning and found the nation still very much intact. Let's hope and let's pray that those concerned will do the needful. We've been speaking with Dr. Steve Okwori, consultant and analyst. Thanks for spending your time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Okay, Amin Halowata saying the program is still on. Please stay tuned while we go on a break. After the break, a wonderful program this morning on ITV will continue.